things have not been like cut and dry. You know, things are kind of murky and muddy and messy, and 90% of the time I'm in like full on like war mode. So finding time to kind of be creative and like chill and just kind of let everything like flow has been really, really hard lately. So I'm trying to find like a balance. Again, so much balance is needed in my life, but I'm trying to find a way to kind of like fulfill myself, I guess you could say. When my husband and I first separated, I think I like was immediately like terrified of being alone. I've never been alone. I've been married since I was 16, like almost consecutively in a committed relationship, like serious long-term relationship, since I was 16 years old. First to the boy's dad I met when I was 16. He was 23, I believe, and we got married when I was pregnant, 6 months pregnant at 16. I had my son a few weeks before my 17th birthday, and ever since then, I mean, I went through my first divorce, and then I had like maybe 3 or 4 months where I was single. I had like a couple little like flings or dates in between, and then I flew out to California and met Scott, and then we lived together like almost immediately. I moved out here, we lived together, instant committed relationship. So again, we got married in 2013, and now we are kind of going our separate ways. Well, we are going our separate ways, 2017. So again, I've been in a relationship my whole life, I feel like, and I've always sought it. I've always sought validation from men, in general, not even just like sexually or in a relationship, just like in life. I think, you know, whether it's like mentors or men that I admire or look up to, needing like this, like, it's daddy issues. I mean, let's be real. When I really think I just like, I need to find it within myself and not worry about it, not worry about being alone at night, or like, oh my god, like dreading 9 o'clock and laying in bed by myself and like, oh man, this sucks. Like, I'm so used to having someone to like rely on for that comfort, and I think I'm at a point where I don't want to rely on that. Like, I want to be okay by myself. Like, I want to be cool with being by myself and like liking who I am and figuring out what I like and who I like, what I want in a partner eventually. Obviously not right now. My primary focus is getting my career in order and what I want to do with my life, making sure that I continue to grow as a person and in my career and as a mother, just figuring it out, you know, figuring out what it is that matters to me and what it is that I want and I need in my life, and the people that I want to be around, you know. I feel like I've met people along the way that I'm supposed to have met at that time. Like, I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in the energy, you know, attracts energy, and the energy that I want is positive energy. So I've been meeting a lot of really great people lately that give me like all the good vibe and like make me feel like I'm alright, you know, like everything's gonna be alright. They've been through it. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. You figure it out. Maybe not now, maybe when you're 65, but as long as I'm on track to figure it out, you know, like I feel like maybe that would make me feel a little bit better, because I don't know, feeling like you're kind of floating is kind of the worst feeling in the world. I mean, if you're not in love and you're floating because you're like, oh shit, where am I going next? You know, it's kind of scary. I mean, I equate it to being in the the ocean, you know? You can't see the ground, you can't see what's around you. Everything is just super dark and unknown. I mean, everything's unknown. I've never been a single parent. I've never been a single person. I've always had someone. And in California, I don't have that. I don't have my mom to hang out with and have a cup of coffee and just cry, you know? Just like let it out, get it out of my system. It's rare. I do call my mom sometimes, but I don't want to stress her out, so I try to just like keep my shit to myself. Deal with it that way, you know? It can be really rough not having that outlet. So social media has kind of been my outlet, you know? This is going to be my outlet. I lay in the bathtub at night and I just write shit that I learned about that day, like, oh shit, I shouldn't have trusted that person, you know, like, or, oh, I shouldn't have, like, opened up to this person, you know, because I don't know them that well. And then you kind of feel stupid, like, why did I tell this person all this shit and I just met them? Like, what is going on? Why do I feel the need to, like, deliver myself on a silver platter? Like, here you go, fuck with me, you know, like, here you go, like, hurt my feelings, be mean to me, here's my heart, you know, here's who I am on a silver platter, take it or leave it. And people leave it sometimes, and then you're like, fuck, this sucks. Like, rejection sucks. Feeling like people just don't get you or misunderstand you or view you in a way that you don't view yourself can be the most terrifying feeling, I feel like. I mean, it happens every day on social media. I mean, I get comments every day, I get DMs every day. Why aren't you with your kids more often? I'm not with my kids during the day because I have a full-time job. That's why I'm not with my kids. I don't know what else you want me to say. I have to pay my bills. So, I mean, it's like you can never win no matter what you do, no matter what you say. Everyone's always going to think that you're awful. They're always going to ask dumbass questions. They're always going to pry into your personal life, and then they tell you, oh, it's because your profile is public on social media, so you're opening yourself up to this. I'm not opening up myself up to abuse. I'm not opening myself up to comments that aren't necessary. I don't know. You know? You can't win them all, right? So I just like have come to this conclusion finally. I'm 30 years old. This is who I am. This is what I believe in. And I'm gonna scream that shit from the mountaintops because that's what makes me happy. I'm a writer. I enjoy sharing my views and my thoughts on things. That just makes me happy. So if I write a long ass Instagram caption and I like pour all of myself into it and just like riddle it with bullshit, with all the bullshit that I'm going through, that's my prerogative and that's my choice, and I'm cool with that. So that's all that matters. Everything else you just kind of gotta laugh off and just be like, you know what, like, cool, you don't like me, cool, like, you heard this about me, great. I mean, that's great, you know, like, there's no need to defend yourself or like, I don't know, like, fill in the gaps for people. Like, you don't need to do that, you know. It's like, it's giving energy to something that isn't true or doesn't matter. Just focus that energy into shit that does matter and shit that is true and stuff that you really want to put your energy into. Something productive and positive and happy. Something that makes you smile and laugh, and being around people that make you feel that way. It's like, I'm still trying to find that, you know, I'm still trying to find that, like, consistency and that vibe and that, like, motivation that just comes through on a daily basis. Because again, getting tattooed by Dan McNabb, crazy experience. He DM'd me, or he had posted a photo of a whale tattoo. He did an orca tattoo on someone, and his little mini portraits, I love them. They just make me happy. They make me smile. I love them. And I'm like, Dan, I want a humpback whale. You know, just like left a comment, not expecting anything. It was just, you know, I talk. It's just what I do. And he DM'd me the next day and was like, dude, I drew a humpback whale for you. And I'm like, cool. So I went in, got tattooed. This was the longest tiny tattoo ever, but I think it's just because he's, you know, amazing and super detail oriented. And it was like an eye-opening experience because he doesn't LA traffic. He doesn't bullshit, you know? Like, he doesn't give you like this phony like vibe, this phony energy. He's super to the point and honest and upfront, and I dig that. So again, here I go, pouring my heart out to someone I don't know very well. But he listened and like didn't judge me. He didn't give me like bullshit answers. Like, he was real with me and gave me like some incredible like insight into what it means to be like happy and how you can be happy, because that's like really all we want, right? That's all anybody wants, is to find happiness, and that's all I want. I want to like float on that level of like happiness that like people talk about in songs, or the happiness you see on TV or in the movies. You know, we all have this like idea of like, oh, this perfect like life, this perfect relationship, this perfect job, traveling the world. I mean, those are all things that would make me really happy. And I think knowing that happiness kind of starts with a mindset and not like material things, not your job, not your destination. It's all about like this, what I'm going through right now. It's all about this like journey and figuring it out and growing and like developing your character, your person, you know, like all of this molds and shapes who we are and how we treat people. And unfortunately, some people don't really like put time into that development. It's just kind of, you know, stunted, and they're cool with that, and that's fine, but I'm not cool with that. I'm not cool with that. I want to be better. I want to be better than I was yesterday. I want to be a better person. I want to be a better employee. I want to be a better mom, a friend. Like, there's so many people that I care about so much, and I wish I could see all the time and hug them and just spend time with them and chill and catch up. But everybody has their own shit going on, you know? So I'm always afraid to reach out. I'm always afraid to ask for help when I need it. And talking to Dan, again, I can't believe I'm still reeling from this conversation, but Dan is like, dude, like, reach out to somebody if you need help, and you'll be surprised how many people like are there, you know, how many people show up and they offer something to you, you know, whatever it is, even if it's just time. So I did that last week. Like, it was a Wednesday? No, Tuesday, last Tuesday. I did that. I reached out to my friends, and I was having a really hard day. I feel like I was really like taken advantage of in a situation, and I was really, really, really hurt. Really hurt. And I just needed somebody to listen, you know, like listen to, even if it's just like me venting. And I don't really have that at home, you know, so I reached out to, or I showed up. I just showed up at my old job. Ran into some of my old coworkers, and they were there. They showed up. They even bought me avocado tacos on Taco Tuesday. Like, I've known these people for a month and a half. We worked together at this little coffee shop downtown, and they showed up for me, you know, like, and then I text my friend Steven. He was grocery shopping, And he still showed up for me. Like, he's like, dude, it's cool, I'll just sit on the curb with you, let's hang, like, let's talk. And we sat on the curb and I cried like a little baby, and he fucking told me everything was gonna be fine. And that's like all I need to hear sometimes. Just somebody like, hey, everything's gonna be cool, like, you've got this, you can do it, you know? Like, can you doula me in life? Because shit, I do this for women giving birth. Like, I need a life doula, guys. I need somebody to like pat me on the back and be like, Kat, you're doing okay, you know? But again, that circles back to validation. And believe me, we have a full hour-and-a-half video that's going to be coming on validation, because that shit, let me tell you, that shit is toxic and it sucks and everyone does it, and just like, whoa. Seeking it constantly, needing it constantly, it's something you really need to get over and like work through and just not fucking do it anymore, because the only validation that you need in your life is from yourself. That's it. That's all that matters. All that matters is that you know that you're a good person, you try your best, you do the best that you can, you live your life in a kind way, always kind to other people, and never go out of your way to hurt anyone, no matter how angry you are. Like, that is the goal. That is the goal in life. I mean, my goal is also to have a great job and make good money and provide for my family, but also getting rid of that need for validation from people. Holy shit. That would make everything, we all think it's one thing would make everything better, but it would help a whole hell of a lot. It would fucking help. So that's gonna be it, because I'm almost at work. So that means I drove all the way to LA from Long Beach and didn't listen to any music. I just talked to you guys. So yeah, so maybe we'll make this like a daily thing. And especially on days when I'm like, oh, I really need validation, guys, or I really need to talk to someone, or I'm really sad, you know, I'm just gonna talk to my phone. No one's available, right? At least I'm getting it out. I can rewatch it, critique myself, maybe figure out some subconscious shit that's going on that I can't really confront yet, because we know there's a lot of that going on. But it feels good. I'm glad. I'm going into work like feeling a little bit lighter, feeling like I left a bunch of shit in my phone, and I can just focus on what I need to focus on, which is writing a really sick blog recap for Huff of this incredible past weekend at Day and Night Fest. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow, maybe. Have a great day.